Next grass we're going to look at is Kentucky Bluegrass. This one is often mixed in stands with perennial ryegrass, so we're going to talk about the ways that you can tell Kentucky Bluegrass apart from perennial ryegrass. Just for the purposes of comparison, these are the two. So we've got perennial rye. Here's perennial rye, here's Kentucky Bluegrass, and I think you can probably see from that it would be pretty easy to have these two mixed in the same stand and have them blend together really well. So to tell them apart, the primary differences are going to be growth habit and leaf tip. They both have a folded vernation. They both have basically no ligule to speak of. Kentucky Bluegrass or Poa pratensis has a boat-shaped leaf tip. Perennial ryegrass has the pointed leaf tip, and then Kentucky Bluegrass has a rhizomatous growth habit. So when I go out and you get into the landscape and you want to figure out what it is, the first thing that you probably should do is, again, pull up a sample of the turf and see if you can figure out what the growth habit is by cutting into it, or in this case I'm trying to break and tear some of it out. Here's probably an option. There we go. So I just found a rhizome of the Kentucky Bluegrass, and again the rhizomes are going to have the roots and nodes along the length of it. We'll look at that a little more closely right here. So here is the rhizome. You know, it's cream colored. It has nodes along the length of it, can produce roots and shoots. And we're going to look now at leaf tip and vernation. So vernation is the first thing that we'll do. I'll just break this one off because I know that it'll break off pretty easily. And look at the vernation right there, and you can see that that's a folded vernation. That one's pretty easy to see. And last but not least, we're going to look at the leaf tip. If I can get this, what I'm trying to do is get this to the point where we can see it. It's actually a pretty good view of it right there. So we're looking at the leaf from the side, and what you will note is that the leaf cups at the end, sort of like the front of a boat, the keel of a boat. And so you can see that right there, that is cupped at the end of it. Another way that you can tell definitively that you've got a boat-shaped leaf tip is you take the leaf between your thumb and forefinger, and we just pull gently, put gentle pressure on it, pull gently out to the end, and what it'll end up doing, I'll show you this here in just a second, is that it will, that did not do what I had hoped that I could see anyway. Let me grab another leaf. What I'm attempting to do is to show you how you can be fairly confident that you've got a boat-shaped leaf tip. So if you run this between your thumb and forefinger right out to the end, and then you look at it closely, what you'll see that'll happen is that the leaf splits at the end where that was the cupped together like the keel of a boat. It'll split open right at the end of it if you run it and smash it up between your thumb and forefinger, and it'll leave a V-shaped split at the end of the leaf. So Kentucky Bluegrass, rhizomatous growth habit, boat-shaped leaf tip, folded vernation.